let us get into some DVA gameplay here. And you were able to see my screen, right?
Yes.
Excellent. Mm-hmm.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Attackers.
Okay, Diva Sigma, everyone's favorite. Sarcasm obviously big, but that's fine. You'll do just fine here. And we go like this. And what are we looking to do? So you set up with a Hanzo and a Soldier Mercy Bap. Okay, so you're ready to play a pretty heavy poke game, and so are they. We recognize that at this point, and you're going to help this team rotate.
Get through this.
Okay. I don't think you can stay up here. Oh, do you think you can get the elim? Is that why you went up here? Because you were weak?
Yes.
Okay, that's fine. You can't really stay up here right now because obviously, I mean, this is fine. You went up here because she's weak, but now you're going to have to back out. And you guys need to find a way to appropriately stage into here. So how do you expect your team is going to push this, and what can you do to enable it?
What I wanted to do is like have Sigma on one angle and then have me on another angle.
That would be
Or like
fantastic, but how are we going to do that on this attack point?
that's what I was confused on. Should I have like tried to rotate us high ground or I'm not sure.
So you can potentially go high ground, but you really can't stay on high ground because you're not going to just immediately break their shield, right? So you can't really stay here because you don't have cover against them, right?
Right, okay.
So you could go up here, but you're pretty quickly going to have to go over here. And blocking out Junkrat is nice, but let's pretend he's not here. And maybe then... Excuse me, you get into a situation where you see an opening and you can boost out from here and go get someone. You can go find an isolated Zen, something like that. Maybe you find a situation like that, but mostly I think what you're going to be interested in right now is, hey, I'm going to do something like keep this out, keep a bit of a second angle, maybe keep this out and be ready to eat halt, something like this. Like, this is going to be really hard. Do you get a meaningful second angle on it? Could be your team goes here and you go from here and you go try to scoop someone off for your team. Like, that could absolutely be a thing that you try to do. But I can't really just stay here down main. That's not going to be an option. I've got to either in some way enable this off angle, set myself up to go scoop someone off from here, or go try to scoop someone off from here, right?
Right, okay.
Okay. Because I don't like your odds of winning a poke fight as a team.
This is not your time.
Sure. And we've retaken this, and it's conceptually good to take this, except that we can't hold it. So, like, we have to go, okay, what are we then doing? Clearing people off of it is totally fine. Those trees will not let you through.
I'm gonna have to shoot you down.
Unfortunately.
Unfortunately, is right. Sure.
Get through this.
On the objective. Gather at this position through the daggers.
Sure. He's gonna get the mega, you know that. Okay. This point is going to become a little bit more relevant for you.
Hello.
Why?
I'm moving the payload.
Hello.
So, what are you going to accomplish here?
I wanted to just kind of like get their attention on me.
Okay. Get their attention on you so that they're not shooting at your team. I mean, the door's still kind of opening. Is this to protect Hanzo? Is this to distract while your Sigma go takes an angle over here that he's going to pelt them at? Like, get their attention on you. I'm just not sure what the timing of this get their attention on you is for.
Yeah, the timing was obviously wrong. I think optimally, like, I would have wanted us to like rotate high ground and I like slam into them from the back, which I think happens a couple times later.
Yeah, no, I
But
think that's right.
yeah,
That
the
is what you
timing's
want to
off.
do. And I'm good if you do this sort of thing to help your team rotate, but I don't really think your team is under pressure rotating yet, right?
Right.
Okay, so like one of these to sort of help your team rotate, then sort of stabilize, and then a second one when your team actually goes in. Okay. 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 I probably don't need to cancel this as early as you did. Like, you're here, and I'll just slow this down for giggles.
Yeah, but
Cool.
you're saying ram into him?
I don't necessarily need you to ram into him. Is it the Zen? I'm just saying, like, why are you playing at this distance? Like, you have a quarter left, and yeah, ramming into him could be okay. I don't actually think you're going to knock him off, though, maybe. But I also just want you closer for damage. Why? What's up?
Okay.
Are you just, like, super
I
worried about being able to drop here? Is that what's going on?
I saw the echo in the back, and
Mm-hmm.
I'm like I didn't really want to get like insta melted.
Sure.
I didn't really notice the Zim was there either,
Sure.
but I guess I should have got more info before I went in.
Okay. So your
Begin with,
concern
yeah.
is, hey, if you get closer, you're going to trade a whole lot more mech, and you're probably not going to take out the Harmony Orb Map, which I get. I get. I kind of like to, again, you sort of came from far away here, but I'd like to have enough booster to be able to boop into someone, to be able to threaten knocking them off, but that's okay. You
Do you
didn't.
think optimally here I would have got like a bit more time on booster than like got the Orisa off?
That would have been lovely, yeah.
Okay.
That would have been lovely. You see this, and I mean, if you really had a bit more time on booster, you'd hit both of them, you'd knock the Orisa off, and you wouldn't actually knock the BAP off, even though you'd have sort of tried, and that's perfectly fine with you. Like, that's gonna work, and yeah, okay. Um,
Boosting.
okay. You're kind of doubling up there, but you fix it. Good. Sure.
I'm gonna have to shoot you down.
There's a lot of DM. So you go here.
I'm gonna have to shoot you down.
Okay. Not totally sure what we're up to here. Then you're gonna keep this over here. I mean, this tracer's not pulse bombing anyone. Yeah, that was like an extra tick and a half of DM more than you needed.
Time to raise my APM. Weapon optimized.
Probably not. So, a couple things have happened here. One of which is, I think Tracer has Pulse Bomb right now, and I think you thought Tracer had Pulse Bomb right now too,
Yes.
based on how you were looking at Pulse Bomb at Tracer earlier. But you then decide to go this way. And that's a little bit weird to me, because generally, like, the furthest outside is going to do the most to contest, right? If you have the outside lane, you can shift in pretty easily. If you're outside of the other team, it's easier to shoot into the other team than it is to shoot out to the other team, right?
Right.
So it's a little weird to me that you went this way rather than taking the further outside route. It's not like the end of the world or anything, but you've sort of created, I mean, like,
I feel like it would have made
ultimately,
a big difference though.
what's that?
I think it would have made a big difference. Because
In
I
this case,
probably could have
yes.
got the pulse, or
Right,
maybe even killed her. Yeah.
right.
Get through this.
Okay.
Come on. What is that melody? Let them out.
Okay.
What?
So here we are. Oh, was that Grimzo? I wasn't even paying attention. Okay. Decide to leave.
Let
Go
them.
for the double team, sure. Nothing too wild. I don't know that you want to drop yet. So I look at this, and I don't really think there's anything to be had down here. Like, how is this better than you having been up here and kept walking forward? Are you getting anything meaningful against these guys?
No.
You've really just sort of made it so now going back vertical costs you stuff, costs you boosters, and are these guys like shooting at your team? Are you protecting your team? Are you in a place where it's like, I can block Arissa's shots that would be going at my team?
Nope.
Right. So this is just, I think, sort of a lack of realizing where your team is and a lack of realizing they can't really help you with this push. Hanzo's sort of going to, but he's going to do it up top, which is also mostly where I'd have liked you to be. The top protects you more. You can't meaningfully poke at this team. Your contribution is being a good distraction while your team pokes, of blocking out their poke while your team pokes, but your team isn't poking right now. So I don't really want this. You're giving them a chance to poke you by being here, and you know what I think of your micro missiles there. It's just like, yeah, poke, sure, we'll pretend. Okay. Sure. Okay, now we leave. Yeah. So I see the greed, and I totally get it. I want to get the Orisa too. I do.
APM 좀 올려볼까?
Should I have not booster?
Yeah. Should you have not
Okay.
boosted is the right answer. I am pretty darn confident that you are going to force gold here. And I'm good forcing gold, but even if you do this booster, I don't really want to cancel this booster because I don't actually think we stay in here and get her. I always expected her to gold, and I want to get that gold, but then I kind of want to leave because it's going to be really
So
hard.
do the like boomerang thing
You
and
got
go
it.
back up?
You turn
Okay,
it.
gotcha.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Or at the very least, you're now backing out instead of, this, you can't, you obviously don't mean to get hooked there, but you're not on a hurry to get out of that either, is the problem. I was sort of in this, hey, we're happy to trade micro missiles. I guess we'll trade micro missiles and boosters for her gold, but we're trading more than that for her gold.
Barrier's about to break.
Sure. It's reasonable, and then you leave. Good. Just helping Sigma get out, keeping a little pressure off him. Okay, you're gonna retake high ground as they push. Okay, so again, you've got about a third of your boosters here, and you decide I want to be right here so I can quickly fall off. But apparently it's not that important for you to be able to quickly fall off because you keep walking forward. And if you were willing to keep walking forward, why weren't we willing to keep boosting forward? You sort of see where I'm going with this, where it's like, hey, either get closer and get your damage, and by the way, if you need to fall down to protect yourself, you have another place to fall down to protect yourself right here. Not just here. So like the stopping right at the edge has value. Don't get me wrong when you're not sure how much damage you're going to take. Like I don't want to be like, hey, always just get as close as possible, especially when you're going, much of my value here is being a distraction. Though I wouldn't have wasted, again, you're just sort of spending booster on that.
The reason I did, I kind of heard our Hanzo get hooked like right when I was stuck on the middle of like that little post back there,
Okay,
and I'm like, oh shoot, I should have eaten that.
got it.
And I think
Your
optimally that was
brain.
like what should have happened. Yeah.
Got it. Your brain tied you up. Okay, that's fine.
Heroes never die. Let's get you back in the
Yeah, you know what's going on. You try and then you go over here. It's just too many things for you. Okay.
Yeah, it's kind of like sensory overload. Like I heard a hook
Yep.
and then I heard the pulse.
I hear you. The reality is, Pulse was better because that hog was just too deep and had too many friends, but you're trying to make a million decisions a second. I get it. And you sort of have to pick, okay, what am I handling? DV can do everything, but she can't do everything at once.
Forward barrier. Shoot you down.
You're wanting to push because we used a dragon, but you have limited health. You do have Micro and DM, and your Hanzo and Mercy are here. Yeah, okay.
My plan was like for him to not recognize me and then like push him off. But then I realized like I probably shouldn't be shooting at him if I wanted to like surprise him. Yeah,
Right, right. I get it. I get it. I think the hopes of him not seeing you were always pretty minimal there, so I don't mind shooting at him, but we just need to be ready to
I'm gonna have to
cancel.
shoot you down.
Well, like we look at this and go, okay, we're doing this. You never really got healed up and he's gone. And you could round this corner and fight him and maybe Mercy will come up and help you, but you saw that hog, you know his health. How's that hog's health?
pretty high.
Yeah, I don't really want to fight that hog, do you? Unless I'm getting help?
No,
Right, so like you just cancel here. It sucks, but you just cancel here.
gotcha.
Instead, you go for this, and
I'm gonna have to shoot you
oh,
down.
we used micro missile in a hog's face when that hog had hook. Our micro missiles got canceled. I'm shocked. Shocked, I say.
Bailing out.
Sure.
Adaptive circuits engaged. Hanzo.
Okay.
It's that extra nerve.
Yeah, sure.
Now show them.
You know you're winning this. Use angle up to the high ground, appropriate. I mean, I guess this DM is for her, and that's not the worst thing in the world because it's your first tick of DM. Okay.
I wasn't expecting her to like be right there,
Yeah.
so kind of had delayed reaction time.
Yep.
거기 꺼져.
Okay. Now we can reasonably take space. You're gonna push card instead. Okay.
Covered.
Where is everyone? Hello, you bums.
So I look at this.
아, 열받네.
I don't really like this. So this happened. They're on Ball Tracer now. And I look at this. And cool. So you're pushing cart, Briggs pushing cart. Whatever. Maybe I deal with that for a second. But now they're starting to come back, and I look at this and go, okay, so how are we going to stop these guys from getting in? Because these guys are going to want to get around the map and get behind you. And if they do get behind you, your job is going to be a lot harder, right?
Right.
So how do we stop these guys from getting in? And okay, maybe you think I need to protect this front lane for Brig, but I'm not really convinced I think that. I probably would have been like, hey, I'm D.Va, I see I've got a whole bunch of teammates up there, so I'm just going to chill up here and sort of see if anyone goes that way, be able to put some chip damage into them, be able to go back to my team, have this high ground that I can use. I was probably looking at this, not like 3 seconds ago, but a second ago, I was probably looking at transitioning up to here. And now potentially Tracer's going to go in, and Tracer is annoying, and whatever will deal. But I'm not too worried about over here because I've got Sigma over here, right? Sigma's not helpless against the Ball Tracer. Like, yeah, he can get overwhelmed, but he's got his Soldier for help. We've got Hanzo and Bap up here. My interest is probably more in map control right now. You with me?
Yes.
Okay. So this is happening. And you're shooting the hog. And this is going to go exactly how I expect. Tracer's back here, which is kind of in the, annoying state, because Tracer shouldn't have been able to force her way through quite so cheaply, but that's not on you. And now, sure enough, there's a hog over here. And if I look at this fight, if I'm blue team, this is kind of exactly what I want my fights to look like, right?
Right.
So you kind of let that hog in, didn't you? And the truth is you weren't going to stop hog on your own. But, like, nonetheless, that was sort of a route that was completely uncovered, that there was no pressure. He had to go through no resistance to get this angle, right?
Right.
Okay. So I think we see where I'm going with this. I just wanted you up over here to be a little more impactful, but that's okay. Okay. Sure. back. You see the hog. You have no DM. You see that. You have boosters. You have DM. You go. You don't go. A little slow. Okay.
Barrier no longer exists.
날아간다.
30 seconds remaining.
Regen up.
Okay.
Time to raise my APM. My shield's up.
10 seconds.
APM 좀 올려볼까?
Sure, you can help your team walk across if you want. But again, this sort of happened, so let's just go over this from a third-person point of view for a moment. Where you guys got mildly set up. You're here, they're there, you're having a bit of a poke battle, whatever. I don't feel like if your team... I feel like you can take their high ground if you want. How do you feel?
I think so too.
Okay.
I think we have enough to get across.
Okay. So, we're doing this. And you guys are sort of just chilling, and now they're sort of just going to set up further. Now
I
they're
did
balls up
wrongly
here.
assume she had pulse,
Yeah.
so I kind of wanted like to make sure nobody died to that, but
Okay.
that was kind of stupid
I
in my
mean,
first part.
she builds pulls fast, it's true. You do have to, you know, somewhat track where she is, that sort of thing. But she can't really get up here quickly, right? Like right now, she's got no way to get up here. Tracer doesn't actually challenge up here terribly well. And then when she comes up, you do get some sound effect, notice, this sort of thing, etc. So we probably could have rotated across earlier. We probably could have encouraged our team to rotate across a little earlier, but that's okay. We'll deal.
10 seconds remaining.
APM 좀 올려볼까?
Oh boy.
Taking off. Nerve
Okay.
zooming up.
So, were you guys talking about who was going to touch when you're over here using boosters with 6 seconds left?
Yeah, I wasn't talking too much during this game, but the Sigma ordered me to touch like right at this moment. I'm like, oh shoot.
Yeah, okay.
Taking off.
Okay.
Nerve
Sure.
zooming up. Game on.
Sure. This is right.
I have to shoot you down.
Little brute force, but we'll take it.
Forward warrior.
Double kill.
Okay. We're gonna have to handle this tracer a little bit better. We're also gonna have to do a little bit more in terms of deciding, are we answering the tracer, are we answering the hog, that sort of thing. But that's okay. Okay. Good.
APM 좀 올려볼까?
Sure. Low resource diva.
60 seconds remaining.
Probably not. So, this is cool. I'm making sure no one is contributing up here. We're
60
good.
seconds remaining.
I don't have a huge need to drop here yet. Like, are you aware of anything up here that you're diving on? Did you see any friends through the walls that like, hey, I'm gonna jump on someone else that they're jumping on? What are we getting by dropping here?
Honestly, nothing.
Yeah, you're kind of just giving them a chance to shoot at you and saying, hey, hey, heal me, right? Like, this is sort of like, there's nothing to be had here, and now you've opened up another path to your team that's a pretty powerful path at your team. So, not my favorite.
How about a little extra here? Activating the barrier.
Okay, so did you back here because you knew the hog was coming, or just because the ball had left?
'Cause the ball had left. I
Okay,
didn't know the hog was there.
okay.
I found out soon after though.
What am I gonna say about? What am I gonna say right now? Now that you've answered my question.
Uh, Probably to like force out the hog and not letting him have like a free entry.
No, we don't know that the hog's here. So with your lack of knowledge that the hog is here, what am I gonna say?
I honestly don't know.
Hey, we drove ball out. Cool. Can we play from here now? If we play from here now, what does that get us? Can we play from here now? You know, this sort of thing where our team can see and support us, but we can protect our team. If they try to walk on our team, we get to hit them on the side. We get to block this out. Like, I do want to look for opportunities to go, hey, let's get control of lanes and let's use our ability to get control of lanes. We can't get super, super aggressive when there's things that can go hard on our backline on D.Va. We don't get as aggressive as a ball or a tracer might, but wait, the tracer's not on the board anymore. What is your backline vulnerable to right now?
The echo, right?
Okay, the Echo, potentially. Um,
The
next,
hog too.
yeah, the Hog too, and we don't know where those heroes are, so maybe that's a problem. Maybe that's a scouting problem. Maybe we need
Okay.
to get a little bit more information on that. But I was pointing out there's no more Tracer on the board, and you know when you took out the Doomfist and that the Doomfist really shouldn't be back quite yet, so we can sort of get up here and we're sort of into the pressure is peel mentality. If we never let you have your lanes, if we never let you have your angles, we can do a bit, you know, we don't have to sit on top of our BAP and DM for them. But that's okay. Because right now, you guys are playing a poke comp. Whether you like it or not, with double off tank, you're playing a poke comp, but you don't have separate multiple bunkers. You have one bunker now, right now, right?
Right. Okay.
You're gonna lose. Like, and what I mean by that is it's very easy for them to surround you when you're one bunker, and it's much easier for them to surround you when you're two bunkers. Do you understand what I mean by that, or
Uh,
how that works?
yeah, I get the gist.
Okay, okay. So
Basically, just don't let them have as many angles.
right. If you're separated a little from your team, I know it's weird to think of as D.Va, and ideally it wouldn't necessarily. I mean, you're going to separate some from your team as D.Va in these situations because, again, you're playing double off tank, and you might go, oh no, I want to sit on my team to DM for them, and that might make sense. But you tell me, would your team rather play with the Sigma, who's going to somewhat frequently offer a shield for them to use, or would they rather play with the D.Va because they only get one?
I'd probably rather have the Sigma.
So, and you also have the more flexible kit for going
Right.
and preemptively clearing angles. A Doomfist that's up here, a Roadhog that's up here. Like, you see what I'm saying? Like, you have a more ability, a Tracer that's trying to come through this way. You have more ability to preemptively go knock people out of places and drive them back and chip them down. Yeah, you've also got good ability to sit on your team and protect them, perhaps, but like, you want the Sigma here more than you, so you need to create that second bunker. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. And right now, they can surround him. The Hog is going to wait a second, now he's going to pull, and he's going to get back.
Time to raid my APM.
And this was just purely reactive on you guys' part. They got to hit you from multiple directions, and you just tried to, like, fight back, but it was always going to be incredibly tough because they got to set up their dive. And basically, you need to delay the setting up of their dive a little more proactively.
New objective.
Engage. Repeater.
Routing power to forward shield.
Sure. Okay. Okay. So there's 4 of you on point, so this is the part where I get upset. And you're D.Va, so you feel like you've got to be on point. But what am I actually going to suggest you could have done with the last bit of that last boosters?
Only the BAP, maybe?
Yeah, if you go over here, you're stopping Doomfist from walking in here. Your team still has line of sight to shoot at you. If they try to walk through mid, you get to shoot them in the side and the back. If they try to walk through here, you sort of don't let them. This position, you can shoot aggressively into them. This spot looks pretty good, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. you went over there instead. Somewhat reasonable.
아니야. Get through this.
Sure.
APM도 올려볼까? Boosters engaged. Routing power forward barrier.
Right idea. That was the ult we were waiting for, and it works. Okay.
I can't.
Ready for battle.
Okay. So we're looking at much the same thing here.
Defense
Okay.
matrix
And you see
activated.
their comp, and we immediately delete the Genji. Cool. What are you thinking now that you've seen their comp?
Honestly, the only thing I wanted to do is just boot the monkey off.
Okay. Okay. I'm good with that. Let's pause and think for a little bit longer here. Look at their comp, look at our comp. How does their comp win into our comp or vice versa?
Well, the thing I was mainly afraid of was like nano monkey.
Yep.
So I just wanted to make sure their monkey didn't generate ult charge, or like we didn't, I don't know, I guess shoot the monkey enough for the Ana to get nano.
Okay, so you don't want the monkey to get nano, or you want to make sure a specific person is doing it. Like if your Hanzo gets it, maybe you'll be okay, and you go, hey, you have nano, we have Dragon Strike, something like that. Or maybe we have Window, you guys have Dragon Strike, or you guys have nano. But you want to make sure that you're not splitting damage on the monkey, right?
Right.
Okay. Is it safe to shoot at other people like that Genji?
Um, I guess not.
So usually you do it anyways because you're trying to break their win condition, and you're saying, hey, like you're trying to go for the nano, but it's a lot harder to. You can burst down a Genji more
Oh,
effectively
okay.
than you can
So
burst.
basically, that really only applies to tanks.
Yeah, like officially, yes.
Okay.
Of course, she's technically gonna get there if like okay, she's actually gonna get there. But yeah, you guys look at your comp and you go, you have a Hanzo, you have a Casti, you have Sigma and a Bap. Like you guys can do a lot of damage. She's not gonna be able to save that Genji or that Doomfist in time, right? Not every
Right.
time. And you can make her mess up and eliminate her monkey too, but she's got a lot more room to mess up on that one and still get it. So I think that's right. I think you going, hey, I want to boop out the monkey. I don't want us to feed them. But yeah, you do want to put pressure on their DPS in this type of situation. Okay.
아, 열받네. APM 좀 올려볼까? Get through this.
Sure. Retake your high ground.
Time to raise my APM.
Works for me. I mean, you could go up here. I'd have probably just walked up the stairs from where you were, but that's okay.
Routing. Defense matrix activated.
Amplification matrix charging.
Get behind me.
Enemy contact.
Get through this. Time. Get through this.
So what don't I like right now?
I should have been staged up with my supports to begin with.
You should have been staged back up here with your support, or
Or on the well, I guess you don't like that I'm not really in line of sight of the echo, but once my BAP got on top, I kind of like realized too late that he was going to be the #1 target for the nano monkey.
Right. You do want to be set up in a way to mess up their monkey dives. That is generally a thing. You have, again, a little bit of a comp right now in that you've got Diva Sigma. So it's making some of your decisions hard. Your normal decision-making procedure would be, hey, I want to be ready to boop their nano monkey. I want to make sure, that we have as many boops as possible to keep that out, to make sure that he jumps in and he's just kind of in the middle of nowhere and he's not doing anything with his nano. And I think now that they have nano, that's correct. and I can live with that. Again, I don't like it, and it's a tough decision to make because
What
you
would have
can't
been the
really.
thing you would have done?
What's that?
I mean, what should I have done?
No, you would be right now to be ready to peel this monkey, to effectively go, I'm going to keep myself in such a place where this monkey cannot jump in without me hitting him. If I could hit him from the side, because I could have a slightly different position, but I was sure I could do it, that would be even better. But the problem that I'm running into is, again, it's you've got this Sigma here, where like your standard play is to break this monkey's dive, but we also have to do this where it's like, hey, I potentially want to break the monkey's dive, and that is in fact what I'm going to do in this situation. It depends a bit on whether you think they have prime or not. But yes, I'm good with what you're doing. If they don't have this nano, I want you to separate harder from your Sigma. But they've got this nano. You know that they have this nano. You're ready to go, hey, I want you ready to go, hey, we're going to hit this boop here. It's just, again, awkward situation here. But that's fine. So you've now used your boosters here, which is a problem.
No.
Yep.
Routing power to forward.
And I didn't want to use my boosters to go back here because, like, it's already too late, right? I already expect that they have nano, so I now want my boosters to go, hey, this monkey is going to jump. I know where this monkey wants to jump. I don't have to hit this monkey exactly from the front, do I?
No, I
Right.
didn't even think about that. I could have like gone from the side.
Right, a side swipe on him is plenty.
Mm.
Exactly.
Cut. No. Routing power to forward barrier.
Yeah, that was sort of gifted to him, unfortunately.
ACM will never die. Defense matrix
Trying to
activated.
protect him. No dice. And you guys are going to go down here. Okay. So again, when we're trying to break that, the things we're thinking about is, can we get DPS picks? That would be fantastic. Can we charge up one of our own ults to use as an answer? And, you know, we need to boop that monkey. Once they actually have nano, we want to be in a position where we can, again, hit the boop. If we can hit the boop as a side swipe, sometimes that's going to let us take better positioning. Because again, sitting on top of our friends isn't the best thing in the world.
Yeah, the side swipe thing never occurred to me.
All good. All good.
Yeah, I mean that's good too, because as you said, the monkey wouldn't like then assume that I'd be there. I guess most monkeys wouldn't think about it like that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Sure. Good. Works for me. Except you're not gonna. Okay. So if someone comes up here, there's a McCree stun, a Brig stun, and a Sigma rock. Do they need DM up here?
Not reasonably.
You can sit right here and go, no, you guys can't push cart. And if they try to push you, they're going to get blown up, right?
Right, okay.
And if they jump across, you can still break their dive potentially, right? Like they go, yes, our Echo and Genji and Monkey are going in, but you hit their Monkey from their side, or you play with their Diva on the way in, or you go, okay, well, if you're all leaving, I'm going to walk on your Zen or Anna, that sort of thing, right? So, like, you are a threat to them by being here. You can still potentially mess up their dives. You're anchoring this cart, and you're in a position where for them to extract you, they get just destroyed. All good, right? Okay. You can potentially also play over here, but your team can't support this lane as well for you. The advantage is this is a lane that is better for the opponents to take, because if they take this lane, they potentially have more access here. But, like, I want you to control a second lane because you're a bunker, and I am going to err on the side of this lane because I want, again, this situation where if they jump you, your team can fight them. If they jump your team, you can fight them. Like, they, in order to properly stage on your team, have to put themselves with someone like diving from here, right?
Yeah, no matter what, it'd be an awkward situation for them.
Exactly.
I get what you're talking about.
Cool.
Like, let's say I would have staged down there. At what moment would I have pulled out? Like,
If your Widow
when I
stage
was-
down, sorry, if your Widow stage,
like,
where?
yeah, like right behind where the card originally was, like around the side of the wall,
I'm trying. So if your Widow had been like here-ish or something?
or a bit more like right behind where the card is now, like that original corner.
Oh, if a Widow had been here?
Or no, like if I had staged there,
Oh, yeah.
at what point should I have like fallen back?
Oh, sure. So you're probably not going to have to, is the thing. Like, if you start taking damage, yes, you can fall back to your team, and that's perfectly fine. But here's the thing. If Winston or Diva walks around the corner to try to fight you, your whole team is just going to rain destruction on them, right?
So, okay, yeah, so not unless like I'm taking super serious
Right. You
damage,
can
but
use
like if I get
boosters.
discorded or something like
Right,
that.
you exactly. You can use
Okay.
boosters to leave if they actually push you and be like, "Nah, I'm done with this." Like that's fine. Like, okay, fine, we're gonna do that. But you're kind of happy with them fighting you here for a moment. You can use some DM, protect yourself. And how are they gonna get a Discord on you? Like, are they gonna? Okay, did they really march their Zen over to here to get a Discord on you? I'm gonna scream at my team. You see what I'm saying? Where it's like. Maybe
Yeah,
like
I got it.
maybe they find this sort of thing. Okay, fine, you earned it, Zen. But we're sort of in a situation where yes, you use boosters to leave, and especially if they use their movement abilities to get on you, you can just go. I mean, I guess I'll use my boosters to leave while my team farms you. But I'm pretty comfortable fighting them for a while, and it's not like Crimzo isn't going to be able to heal you from here, right?
Right, that makes sense.
Okay. But if they'd instead gone after your team, you just go, okay, let me try and again sideswipe the monkey. If you mess it up, so be it. Or, hey, I'm going to walk on your back line, and now your Anna, their Anna isn't supporting them whatsoever. This isn't my favorite backline to walk on as Diva, but that's okay.
Do you have any advice for like practicing that sideswipe thing? I think the timing would be like hard to get down.
Yeah, the timing is hard to get down.
Yeah.
I don't have any specific exactly do this sort of thing. That one would be harder than some of the other ones, but you can also go, hey, even if you sort of miss it, if you sort of realize that you're too late, you can go up here and still be like, hey, I was trying to sideswipe. Oh shoot, he got past me. Let me booster and still try to knock him to the side a little. And you're not necessarily going to knock him off, but even knocking him aside a little up here, let's pretend this is a bigger platform, is giving your backline a little bit more kite time. It's not as good as having knocked him away like that or having hit him here and messed him up, but it's still something. It's sort of your second
No, that helps.
catch.
So even if you like miss the original attempt, just like try at anything to displace them one way or
Exactly.
another.
Just try not to
Okay.
push them into your team.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah, I'm
that's
gonna
the
have to
one
watch
thing.
out for that.
There you go.
Get through this.
Right idea. You're done. There we go.
And now,
My ultimate is almost ready.
I'm not sure I'd have been as confident as you that there was going to be no chasing here. I probably would have been a little more forceful with, no, I'm going to put some crosshair over there. But I guess you have your crosshair. No, you don't really have your crosshair on that door. I'd have probably been a little more forceful on no if you guys are following me. You're actually taking damage. But okay.
Yeah, I assume because our soldier like wasn't peeking there at that specific moment, like nothing would happen, but you're right.
get through this.
Unfortunate. You see the tracer.
Nerf this.
This is very unfortunate.
You saw the tracer go up here.
Yes,
Yeah.
I did.
That's
I
the
realized too late.
Okay, because I was looking at this and I was a little surprised that you went straight like this with this, rather than even bluffing that you were going over here to like see, hey, can I force a blink? Can I do anything before I turn it and throw it? If you sort of get what I'm saying, but that's okay.
Nerf this.
Yeah, you're doomed.
Ever get that feeling of deja vu? Help you online.
Diva re-engaging.
Adaptive circuits engaged.
Sure. Oh, oh, that just hurts. Okay, your monkey ran. You've separated them so that she's not going to get another heal as long as you hit your shots, but then you decide to turn and go for this.
Kind of panicked. Should I have just
Yeah.
tried to like, at all costs, keep shooting the Zen?
I mean, here's the thing. Do you think she has sleep or no?
I thought so, because I assumed that like if she had it, then our monkey would have been slept. That was just my thinking.
Yeah, I find it's a little odd. So that's a possibility. I think she probably used the nade to defend herself, and that's why your monkey's purple, right? Could totally be
Ooh.
the other way, but that would have been my guess.
No, no, I didn't even know it was purple, so yeah.
Oh yeah. So I'm thinking your monkey turned purple because that happened. Whatever, no big deal. And I think she went to nade because she didn't have sleep anymore. That's, tends to be the second thing that they reach for. So I look at this and I just sort of go, "Hey, you don't have boosters. You're not going to get out." Yes, blocking her sleep dart would be incredibly important. But again, you have 400 health. You do not have boosters. And here's the thing, like, if you block the sleep and then turn back and eliminate Zen, that's fine. But ultimately, eliminating Zen is still the right answer here, right? There's no defense matrixing your way out of this 2v1, right?
Right.
Okay, so you have to eliminate the Zen, and the only thing you can break off for is to eat Ana abilities, not to eat Ana shots, not to slow down the fight. You can't afford for the fight to slow down. Okay. Okay, worked out. Probably better than it should have for you, but we'll take it.
Routing power to forward shield. Defense matrix.
Why? You went over here. You're micro-missiling. There's a diva right over there that you could shoot at. I want to shoot at the diva from here. Now you're going to go over because you don't want to lose your Kree. Sure. Your monkey's going in. I don't like it, but I'm going to deal with it. Okay, you only have one tick of DM. Don't boost her in. Sure. And I want to scoot back right. I want to scoot back right because I keep wanting to keep these supports out of it because I really know you can't win this fight and I just want to slow it down. You sort of see where I'm going with this?
You mean like go all the way like behind or?
No. I literally mean put yourself here where the supports
Okay,
can't
okay. So
contribute.
right
Like,
behind like the hay
you're
bale
still
thing.
getting to contribute in on these guys. I know you're not going to get here. I just want you working your way in this direction because I want to line of sight. You can't meaningfully shoot at their Ana or their Zen, right? Your damage here is pitiful, and I just want to take them off your screen, but also create a situation, not only does it take them off your screen, it creates a situation where, hey, the monkey can't cleave you and someone else. The monkey has to, like, walk into you to try to get rid of you, that sort of thing. I want better cover. I never really wanted you over here. I get it. You had to come over here. You were trying to save Cassidy, but I want you to, again, if you're losing a fight, I want you to build a defensive concave where you've got Crimzo at the back here, and they want to go in at Crimzo, and you're going, no, I'm going to stand over here in this door frame, and then if you try to push past me to Crimzo, I get to shoot you in the side. If you push around this corner to shoot at me, Crimzo gets extra time to shoot you, and he then gets to shoot you while you're actually pushing me too. Does that sort of make sense here? Like, this is how you sort of sand in the gears, slow down fights, and I sort of want that to become instinct second nature when you start to fall behind, and this is a fight that you're behind in, right?
Yeah, definitely. Like that makes sense. Like I get a somewhat of an angle where I can shoot at him, the monkey, and then he can't shoot. Well, he'd have to decide between shooting at me or a team. I
Right.
get that.
Exactly.
Defense matrix activated.
I realized that a bit too late.
You did.
The payload has reached the chip.
Diva re-engaging. 날아간다.
Okay. Sure. So you have your own monkey. You have your own Ana. Yeah, you can do this.
Routing power to forward shield.
My position.
Time to raise my APM.
Okay. You got Brig up there, and that's why you think that's clear. Okay.
Routing power to forward shield.
And then you hear, and that's why you react.
Time
Sure.
to raise my APM.
My position.
Okay, you're DMing purple monkey, or discordant monkey. And that was for the pulse. Okay. No, I don't know what that was for. Do you know what that was for, as you were going through the doorway? Like, what this DM is for?
Nope.
Okay, because Pulse Bomb's already out, so I'm just unclear on why we're DMing as we're... Okay, good.
Time to raise my DVA. Defense matrix activated.
Yeah, lose here. Okay, so... Let's even rewind a bit further. Okay, let's look at a red team and blue team, and you are a member of the illustrious red team. Okay, so there's a monkey outside of red team. There's a blue team monkey outside of red team, probably get driven back, sort of, whatever. There's an echo up top, there's a diva up top. Okay, yeah, that's happening. Sure. That's gonna happen. Oh, they do collapse their angles and take a straight-on fight with you. That's interesting. They had a much better setup than you guys did in terms of, hey, they got their monkey up here, they got their echo up here. It was very easy for them to come back around and threaten. It was very easy for them to threaten up here. And you and yourself let your team get pretty well stuffed into this sort of area in the middle here. Is that a good place to win from?
No, not at
Okay.
all.
So, like, I get some desire to stay in the middle because, hey, ideally your monkey would engage maybe a little more from angles and you'd be able to engage a little bit more from core. And you do want to keep track of your monkey because you want to be able to assist in his dive so that he doesn't feed, so that he actually gets value out of being monkey and not wrecking ball. Like, I get it, but we can't really just, like, let them take this repeatedly, can we?
No, it doesn't make sense.
Right. So we sort of have to go preemptively go, okay, your brig was up here earlier and that was fine, but if your brig's not up here, you might have to sit up here. And you might just join dives an instant late, that sort of thing. Or you're going to join dives from a different angle. Does it mean that you're going to protect your backline a little bit worse? Yeah, it does. And that's super annoying. But again, it's harder for the Tracer to get in the first place. It's harder for the Echo to get in the first place. It's harder for the Monkey to get in the first place if you're
Would
here.
I do that even if we didn't have a brig?
Even if you didn't have a brig? Frequently, yes. It depends how well your team is doing it. The reality is what's going to happen is if you contest one angle and no one else on your team, if lane 2 is the middle lane and lane 1, let's say, is this lane over here and you're contesting lane 3 and no one is contesting lane 1, you're in a bit of trouble and you've got a compromise to make, right? Like, do you accept that, hey, I need to just stack on my backline and let them totally surround us and let us slowly lose? But block the pulse bomb? Or do I want to block one lane and try to 50-50 predict which way the Tracer is going to come in? And you're going to have to make your call based on how that match goes. Because, like, pressure is peel. I would lean, honestly, towards going and doing this, but you will adjust it in some matches when you realize the Tracer is scouting me, leaving, and going the other way. Sort of get where I'm going with this?
Yeah, what if I were to peek, like, directly in front of you? Or where you were?
Oh, sure. Yeah, here?
Like, right between that door that opens to, like, the little bridge,
Mhm.
and then the left part. Would that have been good? To kind
Yeah.
of, like, watch over 2 angles? Okay.
Yeah, that would potentially be fine. The advantage you get from here is that your Ana or BAP can see you and heal you, but this is obviously more aggressive, and that gives you better staging to support a monkey dive, that sort of thing.
Gotcha.
Again, ideally, you don't have to do some of this stuff because, hey, your ball and Tracer, or your monkey and Sombra, are doing a better job of controlling some of these angles, controlling some of these lanes, but you will get used as a shallow lane contester, if that makes sense, even in more organized play.
Defense matrix activated.
Okay, so this is cool and all,
Yeah.
but I don't know. Like I'm looking at this and I don't even know that I want to use boosters yet because I see how this fight is going to evolve. Their diva just used boosters. Cool. Okay, that's something. And something really interesting is about to happen. These guys are going to push. Is our team pushing? Oh wait. Okay. Is our team pushing or is our team getting pushed?
We're getting pushed, and I thought like it would be good to be like a stoppage plug
No, I
over
agree.
there.
I agree. I would like our team to be pushing, I guess is my
Yeah.
complaint. I would like our team to be pushing, and I would like you to go here, because you've still got cover against their backline. But you're right, we're getting pushed, so you're going to go in here, and we'll be just fine. Except that, unsurprisingly, they immediately back off from that, and now we don't really have the spots we want. But that's okay. Cool. Good. We're looking to spend this mech.
Nerf this.
Sure.
Mecha activated.
I'm surprised that monkey didn't get hit. Like someone booped him. I don't know who.
Nerf this.
Oh wait, that was a bit high. Hmm. Darn.
No, he was just barely outside of the range, I guess. I mean, I don't think this RV was blocking line of sight at the time, but maybe the game does. Yeah. I mean, he wasn't gonna get one shot by it, but yeah.
Yeah, I just wanted him to take something.
Ejecting.
Sure would have been nice.
Yeah, sure would have been nice.
Okay, so we got a fresh mech, and that was short-lived. Okay, so short mech,
Activated.
right into the pulse bomb, into the monkey, no U-turn for you. Okay.
Ejecting.
Nerf this. I'm back in the game.
Okay. So we know what we're honing in on here, but let's see these extra rounds.
Ready for
All right.
ready for battle. Ready for
This actually might be good because I felt lost on how to play with
Hog?
a hog on defense. Yeah.
So
Obviously,
it's,
like it's not even remotely optimal, but still.
no, it's not even remotely optimal, but you're going to have to adjust to what he does, right? Like, we still need to play this comp like we're a poke composition, where we're, pretend that we're an Orisa Sigma composition. Pretend we are a worse version of Double Shield. Okay. When it was Sigma, your team was probably going to want to use Sigma primarily. Maybe there's a Tracer that hangs out with you, a Hanzo that hangs out with you, but let's say it's 4-2 or 5-1 in terms of your split, yeah? For the two bunkers?
I got you.
Okay. In this situation, I mean, a GM Hog isn't really going to sit with core and try to hook with core, right? I hope.
Okay.
Okay,
Right.
usually your GM Hog is going to go try to find flanks and pull people out and do work effectively from the side, right?
Okay.
So unlike the Sigma, now you can afford to babysit team a little bit more. Now, yes, you still may have to leave team to go knock a soldier, a Hanzo off high ground, things like that, but you can afford to babysit team a little bit more than you did when you had a Sigma, because now you're sort of the main bunker and he's the offensive bunker, the forward bunker, instead of vice versa. Does that sort of make sense?
Yeah.
But if you had a hog who was playing heavy with team, you'd go, well, we are still a double bunker composition, and I'm going to have to swap. And not swap heroes, but swap where you're playing. Does that make sense still?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I know you don't like it, but no one's going to like it. It's a Roadhog.
I mean, yeah, this. I'm pretty sure I could be wrong, but that guy's Booger Snot. He was on goats. That's
At some point, one iteration of it, I don't remember. Is that a rename? The name rings a lot of bells, but I don't remember if he was on a later version of Goats. I don't
the
think.
only reason I remember is from Xbox. Like,
Oh, is that? Let me take a look. We can pull up Team Liquid real quick, or Liquipedia real quick. And um, You know what, let's do this the other way.
At least I'm assuming it's him, because I highly doubt somebody else would just randomly be boogers and snot of
It
their own
could
free
be.
will.
It could be. I mean, the original
I mean,
team
they were
of.
like top 10, so I assumed it was like the real guy.
Oh, if it's top 10, it probably is. Yeah. I'm just trying to remember which one he is because I'm blanking on that
Is it
alias.
Kalush? Maybe?
It could be. I forget the guy's
I have something pulled up. It has like
renames.
aliases Kalush, Arai, Hegan,
Oh yeah, that
Cucumber.
would have been him. Then that would have been him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Um. Yeah, but you know, he felt like practicing his his Roadhog. There you go. Okay. So sorry, we were here.
My shield's up. Taking off. Damn it.
Okay.
Defense matrix activated. Routing power to forward shield. I'm taking the...
Okay. So you just saw where your hog went. I don't know that I wanted. Oh, you're here for the tracer. Okay.
No.
Just thought she was doing so much all game. Like, I
Yeah,
just
no, I
wanted to stick on
totally
her.
get it. Totally get it. And this is okay. Your hog had separated and was, had gone upstairs and looked for things to do. So this is reasonable. I just didn't want you to waste your boosters. But you're spending your boosters on something real. Now your hog's low ground, so you take high grounds. You see that the Winston is there. You heard the Winston move. Did he leave? You don't know. Okay, he left. This is fine. You're sort of with one of your bunker cores here. Okay.
Damn it.
The enemy is over here.
Can't get overbaited.
Get through this.
Good.
Time to raise my APM.
Not sure what this was about. Is it just you saw him taking breathers, so you assumed someone was on him?
Yeah.
Okay.
Amplification matrix ready.
Get through this.
60 seconds remaining.
My ultimate
Okay.
is ready.
My ultimate is charged.
Move up with me.
Sure. Yeah, okay.
Routing power to forward
Okay.
shield.
So this is
Sideswipe.
hard. Yep. Yeah, sideswipe is what we want. But even if we miss the sideswipe, we want to follow him effectively along the side and then turn and boop him. You know, that sort of thing. But there you go. Ultimately, it looks like Brig got the boop. Protecting the window. Now you're trying to drive off Tracer.
30 seconds remaining.
Down.
I'm not sure what that DM was about.
I thought I would,
Don't let
like,
up
help
now.
our Kree, but
Against
Yeah,
the
that-
Transcendence and the Monkey? Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
I very quickly realized I was not doing anything.
Okay.
Step right up.
Down. We've got
Sure.
this.
And then you
Don't
can
let up now.
probably can't keep me here. Are you doing terribly good damage right here?
No, I wanted to get her DMAC though.
Hey, I want to get her DMAC too. But you know what's going to be even better for getting her DMAC? Waddle, 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 waddle. If your hog is walking this way, even as this is going on, as this fight is happening, even if we're winning, I want to deepen my angles. Because either I'll be able to shoot her on the way out, or, oh, what do you know, there's an Anna here who I can shoot, and distracting that Anna is going to do a lot more for getting this Diva DMAC than you shooting at it, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Definitely.
so like as soon as you realize, wait, I'm standing right next to my hog, wait, no one's controlling security, no one's controlling up here, it's more important for you to spend that extra second to deepen your angle. That's actually more likely to allow you to continue to win the fight. Use your advantage to get a greater advantage, assuming that you can't convert your advantage to an elimination right this instant. And that greater elimination is, angular pressure. Positioning. There we go. Sure.
Adaptive circuits engaged. Roadhog.
Look at self-destruct again. I suppose we could. So you're here.
Nerf this.
That's pretty vertical. I guess it falls enough. I mean, I'd rather that be moving more. I'd rather that move less predictably up and down and have a little more I'm throwing it at an arc this way type thing. You see where I'm going with this? Okay.
Should I have just held it all together? Like, I didn't know what to do.
You're here. You booped the monkey away. You've still got most of your DM.
Defense matrix activated.
Your micro missiles are a second. No, I would not do this here. Yeah. No, that was you've got too much mech. You have like all of your mech resources except boosters and 150 health there. That was not a self-destruct.
Yeah. Okay.
Especially because you've already got rally going. Like maybe if you need something to help break the aggression, but I really don't think. I know they have a nano monkey, but like.
All systems checked out.
Adaptive circuits engaged. Roadhog.
Get through this. Ejecting.
I believe. Oh, I didn't believe hard enough.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Okay. So I look at this and, well, you know the drill at this point. I mean, I can certainly tell you, and I think you know where I'm going to go for sort of the two most important things here. But why don't you tell me what you think you saw that was important in this match?
Honestly, I think the sideswiping thing, I just never even thought about that. I think that's very important.
Yeah, I think that sideswiping is going to be big for you because what the sideswiping allows you to do is it opens up a new way to position. So you're specifically going to
Right.
think about this sideswiping because, hey, that's important. That's a mechanical thing that you'll have to practice. You'll have to think about, wait, is the monkey diving? Oh, the monkey got past me. Let me do it like this sort of thing. And you can break other people's dives up with it as well. It's not strictly a monkey thing, but yes, that's very much mostly going to be a monkey thing. So yes, the sideswipe is the thing. But the like underlying factor and what goes with it, and this would actually be my first thing, not my second thing, is I want you to recognize when you need to position more away from your team. Like this pressure is peeling thing. And that's going to feel uncomfortable, but it's going to be quite necessary when you're partnered up with a Sigma or when you're partnered up sometimes with a passive Winston. And like you'd already do this if you had a Reinhardt, you'd go, hey, Reinhardt's got the team and I've got to go contest those soldiers. I've got to go do those things. But you wouldn't just be like, hey, I'm only leaving core to contest soldiers. If you're not rotating, you'd be pretty comfortable playing, let's say your Reinhardt was holding here. You'd be pretty comfortable just staying up here, generally speaking, right?
Right, right.
Right. Well, okay. Are we comfortable staying up here, generally speaking, when our Sigma is back here with our team? And the answer kind of has to be yes, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that's sort of how I want you to think about this, and it's going to be less true with monkeys because monkeys should be doing a little more off-angling on their own, but they won't always. And when that's the case, okay, you're going to have to think a little bit more about, hey, contesting these lanes. So I want a little more of like pressure is peeling, make it harder for the Tracer to get in the first place, make it harder for the Doomfist to get in the first place, especially when you have things like a Brig, like a Kree, things like that, sometimes a Sigma that already are providing some level of peel. And your Brig is not going to position as far away from the Ana, the BAP, whatever, as you are, and that's fine. So you want to sort of be that first line of defense. So like if you're playing against a Doomfist, you want to go flush out the Doomfist and put pressure on him and not let him stage, while your Brig or your Kree is doing a little more of the, okay, they'll hug the back line a little harder. That's generally going to be the setup, and you need to think that same way with your other tank, where you're sort of identifying how they're playing, because if you don't, you're just going to get surrounded, and you saw how you got surrounded a few times. Even if they only took advantage of it like 2 or 3 times, they actually got pretty good surrounds on your team quite a few times, and we don't really want that to happen, right?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay. So a little more playing to the side, a little more looking how to play separately there. You're the separate bunker aspect when you're playing double off tank, and then practice those side swipes. Those are sort of the two things that I'd really go into here and say that's what you want to think about, work on to continue to make improvements here. Do you have any questions, concerns, maybe about those things, maybe about other things that didn't come up in this game, maybe more general questions, anything at all?
I I guess if there was anything you could do to simplify, like I feel like sometimes when I position away from my team, it's like I'm just turbo feeding. When I think in my head like, oh well, I'm denying space or something
Hmm.
like that. Like, do you have anything else rather than like trial and error to just kind of like know me when I should? You talked about like different
Sure.
heroes on my team and double off tank makes
Hmm.
sense, but like even with an optimal tank line, when should I be where essentially?
Sure. So what you're looking to do is you're thinking about how the heroes want to go in. If there's a Doomfist on the other team, for example, if we go back to third point, um,
Okay.
if we go back to third point here, I know that if we're defending and there's a Doomfist, he's gonna come through here, right?
Yeah, that makes sense.
He's not going to come through here. So I want to deny that. I want to do that. I also want to be thinking, how can I be in a place that I can join my monkey? I'm also potentially going to do some side swapping. Oh, I see Tracer was here and just blinked that way, etc. Maybe I'm going to side swap myself to still be ready, whatever. But what it comes down to is you do want to think about which heroes you have that can defend. Like each hero that you have, like a McCree, like a BAP, excuse me, each hero you have, like McCree, like Brig, that sort of thing, potentially lets you position a little bit further from your team because they're a little bit more okay on their own, and you deny the staging, and denying that staging is, quite important and is going to get you quite a bit of value. The thing you're specifically asking about of how do you know when you're feeding, like you're just going to get chewed up because, hey, the Doomfist fights you and, whatever the case is, and you feel like you're taking 400 damage repeatedly and not getting eliminations, yeah, that's bad, and we don't want to let that happen. And Diva needs to be a lower resource hero than that. Not in every situation, but in a lot of situations. So you really just need to do this in a place where either, hey, you're fighting where your teammate can see you so that they potentially can heal you and you can do a little bit more than that. But the other thing is you just need to get good at not taking damage, because even by being here, you do a little bit of this, and you need to recognize, hey, the Tracer found me, the Tracer's forcing me out. I can't actually battle the Tracer here, can I? Like, I can battle her a
It
little bit.
doesn't make sense, right, to just stand there and take
No,
pointless
no, it does
damage
not.
when I do nothing to them, like at
Exactly.
that range. I
Exactly.
gotcha.
You might like force some blanks, but it's okay to slowly surrender a lane. It's okay to be like, hey, Tracer, I see you. I'm going to shoot at you and try to force a blank, and then maybe I'm going to boost her away or whatever the case may be. And I'm actually okay with that because I've still made it harder for her to get in. Like, you want to make it harder for these guys to get in. You don't want to just give away 400 HP for nothing, though if you give away 400 HP for recall, can be worth. But you want to do this thing where it's like, hey, I'm going to make you earn it, but I'm actually going to let you earn it. Like, I'm not going to go here, have 400 HP. If it happens, it happens. But I am going to go, hey, I'm putting some pressure. I'm putting some spray. Oh, hey, I'm fighting you a little bit. You make it clear that you're willing to fight me. You had to blink into me to fight me. You had to, do that. And I'm actually able to get some damage. And then I leave type thing. But now I'm just playing shallower, or now I'm just playing shallower back to my team, and I sort of delayed their setup, put additional pressure on them, and my team also knows it's coming because, hey, Zen turns to Harmony Orb you, Bap turns to heal you, and oh, hey, there's a Tracer behind you. I want to shoot at that sort of thing. Like you're slowing down their ability. If you think of what Diva does in a game is she really doesn't let teams sort of fulfill their win condition or find their solution to a fight as quickly, right? Like there's a Mei on the other team, and they would love to just blizzard your team, but they can't really do so until they've some way neutralized you, right?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Well, this is a very similar thing. A team can't really dive you until they've in some way forced a surround on you, right?
So basically, just don't give up either my health for free, but at the same time don't give up space for free. It's kind of
Right.
like trying to find a balance.
It's
Okay.
finding the balance there, and it's gonna be a thing of, you know, protect your health as best you can. Don't get totally rolled. But if you just do a situation, if you get blizzarded 20 seconds into a fight, that's not really on you as Diva, right?
I mean, obviously, like I would have hoped to have eaten it, but yeah, I get what you're saying.
Right. And it's the same sort of thing where it's like, hey guys, why can't my Doomfist have found a chance to go, slam and eliminate their Zen in this time that I'm buying that I'm not letting the Tracer set up sort of thing? And hey, this Tracer not being able to set up immediately means that their Genji or their Winston set up too early and my soldier is just getting to mow them down. You sort of see what I mean by that?
Right.
Yeah,
Okay.
so you're disjointing it. So there is value, even though yes, you are correct that no, you're not just gonna sit there and fight a tracer because no, she's just getting free pulse bombs off of you. And now when the fight actually starts, your Anna is trying to catch up, or your BAP is trying to catch up, and you've sort of put your team behind. So okay, that's probably my answer to that. Any other questions or any more clarity needed there?
No, that helps immensely. Thank you so much.
No problem. Okay, then that's gonna go ahead and do it.